Christ has arisen. We're mindful of that, and may everything we think, say, and do be pleasing to Thee. Guide us and direct us through the rest of this meeting. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, welcome to everyone to this April 2nd meeting of the Dublin City Council. We're going to begin our meeting with a special presentation. For that, I'm going to turn it over to our city manager, Josh Powell.
I am very pleased to announce that our employee of the first quarter for 2026 is Miss Verlinda Chapman. So if you'll make your way on down here, Verlinda. I'm going to read a little bit about her. Verlinda began her employment with the City of Dublin on September 16th, 1994 as a police clerk. She was only 12 years old.
That was sweet, Josh. That was sweet.
That's good, yeah. She was promoted 3 times during her time at the police department, concluding as the municipal court clerk, having worked in the department for a little over 20 years. In July of 2014, Verlinda took a role as the Human Resources Coordinator. Verlinda is the first impression that most people get as a City of Dublin employee, as she has probably called on many of you that are employees in the room for an interview, sat in and asked you questions during your interview, and even offered you a job. First impressions of a workplace are very important for potential employees or applicants deciding if they want to join our team, and Verlinda does a great job providing a warm smile and a friendly disposition as newcomers are welcomed. Verlinda is kind and understanding during phone calls, interviews, and her other day-to-day interactions with employees or applicants. She even helps walk applicants through the application process when they are applying online. Her interactions with the public help shape and maintain the city's relationship with its citizens. The city provides a great working environment for its employees, and Verlinda is a big part of the creation and success of that environment, as we have been able to retain long-term employees citywide. She's an advocate for all employees and ensures that management knows their needs and that their needs are met. And she's also not ashamed to come up and say, you know, we need to close early today, or we need to, how about some donuts for, you know. She also helps her coworkers understand many things like retirement benefits and insurance benefits, and Verlinda will either answer your question or find an answer or a resource to get you the answer. She knows her job and how to do it better than anyone else. Verlinda is not only an amazing employee, but an amazing person. She's always willing to lend an ear if you have something on your mind. She encapsulates the way we should strive to be as an employee of the city, co-workers, and individual. For this, Verlinda deserves to be Employee of the Quarter. So congratulations.
All right, congratulations, Verlinda, well deserved. And thank you for your service to the City of Dublin. At this time, we will move to item number 1 of the agenda, which is the approval of the March 19th City Council meeting minutes. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve from Councilman Jones, a second from Councilman Godfrey. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
If any are opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Moving on to item number 2 is approval of bills over $15,000. In your packet, you have a list of all the bills over $15,000. Any questions for staff regarding those? If there are no questions, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve from Councilman Colby, a second from Councilman Godfrey. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any are opposed, nay. The ayes have it. For item 3, approval of purchases over $15,000, we have no purchases over $15,000. Items 4 and 5 have been deferred to our next meeting. And item number 6, 4 and 5.
Sonia, please.
Yeah, we're deferring 4 and 5 until our next city council meeting. And so that brings us to item number 6, which is a presentation from the Dublin-Lawrence County Economic Development Authority. I know we have several people from the Development Authority with us here today, so thank you for coming. And I don't know who's presenting, so come on up and introduce your team, and we'll be happy to hear the presentation.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing us to be here today.
My name is Mitch Griggs. I'm the president of the Dublin-Lawrence County Development Authority. I'm pleased to have with me the chairman of my board. Most of you know and recognize Mr. Roger Folsom. And our staff, our operations manager, Brooke Reagan. Appreciate them being here. And appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to tell you what's going on with the Development Authority. It has been a very busy year. While the state and national economies have slowed down the last couple of years, we're still experiencing good project activity from new and expanding industries. We currently have 32 active projects in our pipeline, 27 of which are new potential business locations, 5 of which are potential existing industry expansions. Projects include companies in the automotive, advanced manufacturing, packaging, energy, and distribution sectors primarily. Many of the projects are international in nature and origin, and we already have 7 international projects that call our community home. These projects represent a wide range of investment opportunities, but we, along with the state, are seeing a trend toward a bit fewer projects overall out there, but those that are more capital intensive. So fewer projects, bigger investments. As you know, competition for new investment projects is indeed fierce. Communities all across the country are fighting for these, and we often have very little time to respond to the RFIs that we get from our state partners. So we really, really appreciate Josh and Matthew and the entire staff from the city when we call them at all hours of the day and sometimes night, requesting some information so that we can complete these. And they do a great job for you guys in helping us provide the information we do to stay competitive for these opportunities. So let's talk about what we've done this last year, starting with our biggest project, Washington, Georgia. Of course, the authority has devoted a significant amount of time and attention to this project over the last year. This was the largest project that was announced in decades in our community, an investment of over $175 million and 473 jobs created by this project. But the community's part and role in this was constructing all the infrastructure to the site, which is at the Highway 257 rail-served industrial site. To accomplish this, we were successful in securing $8.2 million in grant funds to help with all those infrastructure costs, 7 different grants that we're drawing down as work is completed. It's been complex, and we've had to sometimes be creative, and we really appreciate, once again, the city's cooperation and some of the things that we've done as temporary measures to offset and keep Washington on track with sewer and certificates of occupancy and things of that nature. I'm super pleased to say that we'll soon complete all of the infrastructure work. The washing facility itself is complete, and the company's progressing well with its phased-in production. They currently have about 140 to 150 employees. Right now, they'll be adding about 60 employees every 6 months or so, according to its plan. Another major project is the expansion of YKK. YKK is our largest manufacturing employer, and this is their 3rd expansion in our community since locating here. We just closed on the bond for this $50 million project this week. The new investment will modernize the facility and install state-of-the-art equipment, positioning the facility to operate in our community for many years to come. In March, we closed on a site in the Small Business Park that will house a distribution facility. This is a great smaller project that will create 50 jobs from a great company. It's a perfect fit for that property. We're working with the company on a press release that will be issued soon. And in July, we sold a tract of land to the Dublin Eye Clinic on Industrial Boulevard. This will allow the clinic to expand its operations and employment and operate as a more regional medical facility. And also last year, Sun Element, a solar panel manufacturer located in the former Rockwell building. The production line is complete. The company is producing panels. They're currently running a single shift and plan up to 4 shifts with up to 190 employees at full production. In addition to project activity, Development Authority is engaged in initiatives that help build our capacity to support economic development. These include our properties development. Right now, we're working to enhance 6 sites that we control. It's about 661 acres. That's the Highway 257 site, the Airport Road site, Small Business Park, Waldrop Road site, Honeysuckle Road site, and the Best Buy site. We hired a local company to clear all of those properties so that prospects can see and better access the land. We've allowed those to grow up over the years. There's trees on them and everything. It's difficult for a prospect to see their building on the land if they can't see the land. So we're taking care of that, and we will keep that maintained. Because we received multiple grants for the washing project, we're fortunate that we've got some unused grant money. And just this morning, and with some help from Councilman Jones, and encouragement from the federal EDA, we are changing the scope of that project to use about $900,000 of unused grant money to build additional infrastructure and do earthwork on that site, improve its marketability to future projects. And also, we received a $2 million site grant, SITE grant from the state, that will also be used to further develop the Highway 257 site, positioning it to be one of the premier properties in the state for industrial development. In addition to marketing our sites, we also market privately held land and buildings that are for sale for industrial development in the community. Right now, there are 3 buildings that are currently for sale in the community that are over 50,000 square feet. This includes the former Flex Steel building, the Lovett and Tharp building, and 601 Kellum Road. I'm not sure if that has a familiar name or not, but I know the address. We also market privately owned sites. And again, these are sites that are specifically marketed for industrial development. This includes a 120-acre site on Highway 257 just south of I-16, a 51-acre site there at the 441 bypass, the former Mohawk property, which we're marketing primarily as a site versus a building. The building is in tough shape, and the Heart of Georgia mega site. We're partnering with Weyerhaeuser to market the mega site, which is over 2,000 acres. Weyerhaeuser has a really vested interest in developing that site for industrial purposes. They're not just disposing of additional land or anything. They put this thing out there as a mega site with the intention of helping our community and creating a site where we could bring industry into our community and create jobs. So they've been a great partner with that, and they're collaborating with us on several active projects right now for that location. We market ourselves in a number of different ways, primarily through our state partners and allies, utilities, State Department of Economic Development, site selectors, brokers. But we also market our community through our website, which is an invaluable tool for us to get our sites out there, but also information about our community. Our site's adequate, but it is dated. So Brooke and I are going through and we're soliciting proposals from companies that specialize in economic development websites, as well as the GIS components of that, which is the Sites and Buildings database. And we'll get that done here very, very soon. Other initiatives that the authority is engaged with several partners, again, to help build capacity in our community. We're participating with the Chamber and the city in Georgia Power's Retail Ready program. It's a new initiative from Georgia Power. Georgia Power is sponsoring it at their cost and working with a prominent retail recruitment firm called Retail Strategies that are providing training, data, and deliverables to us so that we can recruit targeted national retailers to our community. We are participating on the steering committee for a housing study being done by the Carl Vinson Institute. We're on the steering committee for a workforce study that will soon begin on May 5th. It's a kickoff for that. That's also being done by the Carl Vinson Institute. Both of those, by the way, are basically coming through the Archway program, which does so many good things for us. We are participating in an EPA grant through the Heart of Georgia Regional Commission to identify and assess brownfields in the region. This will help property owners place those properties back into productive use. And we're on an advisory committee for a DOT study to determine the feasibility of commuter transit in communities along the I-16 corridor. And this is really something that DOT kicked off kind of in reaction to the Meta plant, which is just a massive employer on the I-16 corridor with not only it, but also the suppliers like Washington. And so far, the study is suggesting that Savannah and Statesboro and Dublin are suitable and viable communities for transit, which may open the door for possible grant funding for transportation programs the city may want to pursue. What's next? Just this week, the authority held a strategic planning session to discuss issues essential to our mission. which include our structure, finance, core responsibilities, properties, facilities, community infrastructure, workforce development, and target industries. This planning is going to lay the groundwork for a years-long work program that'll help focus our efforts to contribute most to our mission, which is to attract and grow private sector businesses that create quality jobs and that grow the tax digest through private investment in our community. The work program we develop, that we'll develop over the next few weeks, it's going to be ambitious. There'll be costs associated with it, of course, but because of good fiscal management and both the city and county's past support, we think we can accomplish these goals with the same level of support that we've received from the city as last year. As you guys know, as a partner of ours, economic development is very much a team sport. It takes everybody to make a community prosperous. We really appreciate the city's collaboration with the authority to make Dublin-Lawrence the business heart of Georgia. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. If you have any questions, I'm pleased to take them now.
All right, thank you, Mr. Griggs. And at this time, if any council members have questions for Mr. Griggs, and this will be opportunity for that. All right, thank you, Mr. Griggs. Thank you, Roger and Brooke, for coming as well. Appreciate the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and just for the public's benefit, different organizations and authorities that are funded by the City of Dublin are asked to come in each year and provide an overview of their activities and their funding requests. And then we will take that to our Finance Committee and prepare our budget proposals, which will then go through the Finance Committee and then to Council for action. So that's why we do these presentations, just so we can get a sense of what these organizations are doing and what their funding needs might be. All right, at this time, we'll move on to item number 7 on our agenda, which is a resolution to provide local government support for a grant to Women in Need of God's Shelter. That's the WINGS program, a grant through the DCA. Mr. Powell, will you please go through the resolution for us?
Sure. This is Resolution 2618, a resolution by the Mayor and Council of the City of Dublin to give local government approval of an application by Women in Need of God's Shelter, known as WINGS, to the Georgia Department of Community Affairs for the 2026 Emergency Solutions Grant Program to provide for an effective date and for other lawful purposes. The last several years, we have provided local government support to WINGS in their application to seek grant funding through the Department of Community Affairs to support their operations. As you know, WINGS provides resources to women who are in abusive or harmful relationships, and provides a shelter for them if they need assistance in that regard. They also provide resources for them as far as in the legal world, connecting them with the resources that are available in the community. This grant, in order for WINGS to apply for it, has to show that the local government, governing authority, that's the city council, has reviewed it and approves of their use. And basically, it's a checkpoint for DCA to make sure that WINGS is a valid organization that's functioning as it should be in the community. So it doesn't obligate the city whatsoever on the grant, I should say.
Is WINGS on city-owned property?
WINGS is on city-owned property.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, so I know that we've done this for several years in a row. Are there any questions for staff members regarding this resolution? This does not obligate us for any funds. This is just support in them, showing that they're a legitimate organization that is functioning in our community. Do we have a motion?
Move for approval of the resolution.
So we have a motion from Councilman Brown and a second from Councilman Jones to approve the support for the WINGS grant application. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
If any are opposed, nay. The ayes have it. We'll now move to item number 8 on the agenda, which is a proposal for water meter replacement. Mr. Powell.
This is Resolution, 2619, a resolution of the City of Dublin, Georgia, by and through its mayor and council to approve a proposal from Utility Solutions of America for the 2026 water meter installation project, to authorize the mayor to execute and deliver an agreement for said services, to provide an authority for approvals of expenditures for the project, to set an effective date, and for other lawful purposes. This is the 4th round of water meter replacements that we have done. As you know, we're trying to replace about 10% of our system per year. We have about 8,000 meters out there. And so this is going to replace 762 meters in the system. The vast majority of those are going to be 3/4 inch meters, which are primarily residential meters. We budgeted $82,676 for this service, and Utility Solutions of America was qualified and submitted a proposal for $78,600, so slightly under budget. They are expecting the work to take 3 months to do, and we have previously purchased the meters themselves. The council approved that, and all of them have come in and are at the warehouse and ready for the company to go in and do the installation. So this is primarily going to be for the section of town that is south of East Jackson Street and east of Highway 19. So it's the south side community. And I believe that they will be able to begin work in the next few weeks as soon as we tell them to go ahead.
All right, and just for the public's benefit, can you explain why we're doing this meter replacement?
Well, the water meters that are in our system currently are, first of all, they're old and may not be accurate to the, as far as not accurate on the side of it's harmful to the city. In other words, more water is probably going through than what's actually being captured. But these meters are radio read meters, and they are more efficient as far as being able to read them and get the data from them. And it actually provides, it can provide a lot of more detailed information than what you get from the normal radio dial meters that are out there in the system. But hopefully what this will result in is that we are able to reduce the amount of labor that's required to read meters in the system. We will still have meter readers, of course, that we'll have to have. But eventually, once we have a sufficient number replaced in the system, we may be able to reduce our staff.
All right, so we have, we're doing 10% a year, so this will be the fourth round. So after this round of replacements, that will be 40% of our roughly 8,000 something meters will have been replaced with these radio read meters. Do we have any questions for staff regarding this? If not, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilman Brown and a second from Councilman Jones to approve the purchase and approve the proposed work on the contract. If there are no further discussion or questions, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
If any are opposed, nay. The ayes have it. All right, we're now going to move to item number 9 on the agenda, and my understanding is that there will be a motion to table this. But just for the for those who are following along on the agenda, this was a resolution to reduce the building permit fees and other fees associated with single-family home construction in the city of Dublin. And we had a spirited discussion in pre-council about those fees. The current proposal would be a roughly 50% reduction in single-family home permit fees, and I think the council is wanting to go a little bit bigger than that. We really want to energize single-family home construction in the city of Dublin, so we've asked staff to go back and see how low we can go on those fees. At this time, if there's a motion to table to our next meeting,
So moved.
all right, we have a motion to table from Councilman Jones and a second from Councilman Colby. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
If any are opposed, nay. All right, the motion passes, and this matter will be tabled until our next meeting. It is now time for citizens' comments. If there are any citizens here who would like to make a comment, now is your opportunity. We don't have as many people here this evening as we normally do, so looks like we don't have any.
Beautiful day outside.
Yes. All right, come on up. Great. So just, and I don't know if we've seen you here before, so if you just say
First time.
Yeah, okay, great. So if you'll just say your name and what town you're from. If you're from Dublin, great. This is our city clerk, Ms. Rozier. She has a 3-minute timer, and just to keep everything fair for everybody, when you start, you get 3 minutes.
Sounds good.
All right, great.
Well,
Thank
I think
you.
I'll skip over what I wrote then because I probably won't be able to read that fast. But my name is Jody Hightower, from East Dublin, and moved to Macon for a few years, picked up a music career, been doing that for a while, and now I live at 105 Hampton Court in Dublin. So,
Welcome.
but yeah, I came to hopefully start a conversation about maybe potential. Like I said, I've never done this before, so I'm probably going to stutter and stammer my way through it. I'm sorry, but the Sunday sales ordinance, we have to do last call at 11:40 right now on Saturdays, and that is kind of is hampering what I can do with maybe I should have introduced what I do. I do most of the booking downtown for y'all's former coworkers' businesses, as well as I work with Saltwater occasionally, and I've helped out with some of the festivals and stuff like that with some of the logistical things. And I'm realizing that we, as a city, we import most of our talent from other places, and if you're going to book a band, you expect them to bring, a crowd. And now we're in a spot where, like, if we were to just not do music tomorrow, then it would feel like something was missing and all the employees would be miserable. And so we don't want to do that. I don't want to stop doing that, but I do want to start focusing more on building up local talent. And I think the easiest way to do that, for a while I was thinking, well, if you build it, they will come. If you offer a paid gig to some of these people, then maybe they'll form bands, they'll start chasing these gigs. I haven't seen it, and I got to thinking about sort of my own career and how I came up out of Macon, and it was showing up at open jams. Well, right now, I'm not going to put a bunch of artists with no practice in front of a normal restaurant crowd. I need to do that after hours. So that's why I'm here to ask for a 1-hour extension on Saturdays so that we can move that. I don't want to go any later than 1. Matter of fact, I want to have everybody out by 1 if I can. But right now, we're doing last call 11:30, 11:40, everybody out by 12. I would like to do host a sort of a way for these artists that they haven't met maybe a singer, or maybe it's a guitar player, or maybe they need a drummer, something like that. And making everybody kind of communicates, and we all know where each other's going to be on a Monday or a Wednesday or whenever those things might be. I just want to create like a space for these people to do that, and I really want to do it on a Saturday. I think that would be the best way to do it, with the intentions of maybe moving it into a weekly thing later on, sort of during the week. But right now, I'm just looking at Saturday, and there's a little code that's kind of in the way. I was just going to pitch that. I could have done a better job at that, but that's what I got. So
No, I think you did great.
it's just 1 hour. So.
Yeah, and I appreciate you coming and talking and bringing this to our attention. I don't think this is anything that any of us were aware of, and so I appreciate you taking the initiative and coming up here and talking.
If I could take like two more seconds there. I don't want to discount the 1 or 2 who are from Dublin, but there are so many more, and I've chased them down to their band practices and stuff, because I've kind of been working on this kind of hard for like a year, just like tracking down, like, okay, where are the guitar players? Where are the bass players? And I see a bunch of good players, and they don't have anywhere to go. And practicing is one thing, but practicing in front of people is a different thing. And then me as a booker for the business, I'm not going to let somebody practice in front of the normal crowd, but for people who want to come and see these kind of things come together, it can be a really cool experience in the long run, but it's just going to take kind of getting started. But
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Hightower. Appreciate those comments.
Thank you.
All right. Any other citizens' comments this evening? All right. If we have no other citizens' comments, it's now time for staff comments. Mr. Daniels. All right, Mr. Groover, thank you for being here this evening. Our city attorney, Mr. Groover. All right, thank you. Ms. Rozier, our city clerk. All right, then we'll start over here with Mr. Councilman Brown.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to congratulate Belinda Chapman again for being named Employee of the Quarter. I want to thank Mitch and Roger and Brooke for being here from the Development Authority. Thank you for your presentation, and just wish everybody a happy Easter. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank everyone for coming out. I congratulate Ms. Chapman on her Employee of the Quarter. Mr. Greaves on the presentation from the Development Authority, and tell everyone be safe for the resurrection weekend, and remember the reason for the season and why we're celebrating this. And also like to announce that on Mother's Day there will be a cabaret at the Theater of Dublin. We have the artists coming. Flyers are out, tickets are out, so you can get a ticket for it, $20 in advance. So that'd be a nice Mother's Day gathering about 5, 6 in the evening at the Theater of Dublin. So please come out and support that. And want to wish everyone just be safe and this weekend. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Councilman Jones. Councilman Godfrey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to thank, well, first of all, let me say congratulations to Ms. Belinda Chapman for being Employee of the Quarter. Second of all, thank you to the Development Authority for coming and doing your presentation today. Wanted to remind everyone that there is a Great American Cleanup. It starts April the 4th through the 11th. If you're interested, you can reach out to me or Miss Elaine Berry. I wish everyone would get involved. It's a lot for our city sanitation department to do everything to clean up the city. So if you would like to have a team, let me know, and I'll help you get started. And happy Easter.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Godfrey. Councilman Colby.
Just want to thank Jody for coming out and bringing that matter to our attention. Economic Development Authority, we are so grateful for the work, the continued work that you do to bring industry, great paying jobs into the community, and that's a constant work of recruitment and retention. We're grateful for that. Reminder that there are Holy Week services still tomorrow at First United Methodist and Jefferson Street churches at lunch. And we have some great downtown things coming next weekend, along with our first opening day of the farmers market this Saturday. So I also want to recognize that our Osaki visitors from our sister city were here over the last week. YKK AP is so important to our community, and as we heard, they're doing their third expansion with us. You can check out our City of Dublin's page, and Renee did an incredible job documenting their stay and their time here. One of the great things, I saw Lester here earlier, they really enjoyed Riverview Golf Course, and I went out there Tuesday, and I have to say it is looking the best I have seen it since I've been on board here. Very grateful for the work that's being done at Riverview Golf Course. Do want to say thank you to our Streets and Road Department for kind of the end of March season. The Irish Ramble was here last Saturday. Mayor Kite did an incredible job sharing the history of our community. We had over 200 visitors, and most of those were from out of town. And I've heard nothing but compliments on our beautiful city and how welcoming everyone was. And that was due in big part to our Streets and Roads Departments and our city manager, making sure all of those things were done. So I'm very, very grateful to our employees for keeping the city running and beautiful, but it's also up to us to pick up where we walk. So keep out the big work, and happy Easter.
All right, great. Thank you for those comments. Mr. Powell.
Just want to wish everybody a happy Easter, and City Hall will be closed tomorrow. So,
All right. Well, I'll just make a couple of comments. I don't often do this, but I want to publicly thank our city manager, Josh Powell, for going above and beyond on a regular basis. People don't know how hard this job is, but I'll say that Josh is basically always on duty. It doesn't matter what time of day, what day of the week it is. He responds very quickly to text messages and phone calls. And it's everything from small things to big things. Just as an example, last week we had a citizen who came to City Council and expressed an issue that she had with a nuisance across the street from her. We had an impromptu meeting after City Council to talk about what could be done, and the next day we had city resources out there in that neighborhood, and I think that as of yesterday, that situation has now been wrapped up successfully. Now, there's always going to be more to do, but I think that that's just one thing. Another thing is that we had a very small issue at a local park. Text message goes out at 6 o'clock, and you get a response within 2 minutes. And the next day, things start happening. It doesn't matter what it is, big or small, whenever it is, he's on the job. So I just want to say publicly, I appreciate your responsiveness and the job that you're doing.
Me too.
All right. So, and I know it can be a thankless job too.
All day.
So every once in a while,